Good morning, everybody. It is 10:14 in the morning. I actually got up at a reasonable hour. I didn't get any sleep last night because I've been sick, and I just, for some reason, you know, sometimes you take all the medicine in the world and it just doesn't seem to help and you just stay awake. And that's how it was last night, but that's all right. I feel pretty good still. I had a nice breakfast that came with my room. I woke up too late yesterday to get breakfast, but today I got down there and had a nice continental style breakfast, toast and marmalade and tea and juice and fruit. So I'm ready to go, and it's going to take about 3 hours. Holy cow. I think I might have to get out and put the mirrors in. This is so tight. Look how tight this is. This is one side. That's the other. Yeah, I know. This constant obnoxious sound. Wish I could turn that sound off. All right, made it. Oh, except for the back. Man, tight fit here. That is the smallest street I have ever driven down. But we're doing all right. Okay, so it is a little less than 3 hours drive to Salamanca. So I'll get there a little after lunchtime or around lunchtime and explore, get some food, need to find a place to stay, explore the city a little bit, and I actually leave tomorrow for Lisbon. Just a really short stay there, just a quick tour around the city, and then I'm spending about a week in Lisbon, so that'll be nice. All right, let's get on the main road. Okay, we're out of the tight streets and should be smooth sailing for the next 2 hours and 45 minutes. Beautiful it is here. There's the Army Museum up there where I went yesterday. I just cannot get over the views out the window here. You will not find gorgeous countryside and old ruins like this anywhere in the United States. Okay, so an alarm just went off in the car to let me know that my tire pressure in my driver's side tire is low. And I'm really hoping that it's just, it looks like it's just a little low, 2.3 versus 2.8 in the other tire. So I'm gonna keep driving and see if it goes down anymore. If it does, I think I may have punctured my tire or something driving down those tiny streets in Toledo. So we'll have to see what happens, because I actually am not sure. I'm sort of in the middle of not much of anything. And I'm not sure what to do in the event of a road emergency here. So this may be a new adventure here we're about to experience. We'll see what happens. Okay, so there's a 24-hour service station right here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull over and just see if I can figure out what the issue is. And I think there's air right there, so try to put a little bit of air in the tire and then see what happens rather than try to drive the next 3 hours with nothing. All right, so this is rather amusing. The good news is that the tire gauge is one of those simple ones, or actually it looks like there's just no cover on it. So I don't know if that's good news or what, but the weird thing is that there's no way to pay that I can see on here. There's a vacuum with a coin slot. I don't know if the air is just free or if I have to pay, and I'm a little afraid to just stick this on there since I don't know if it's gonna drain the air from it. So I'm gonna take a minute and try to figure this out. Okay, so that was interesting and somewhat embarrassing. Really wish I knew more Spanish. It looks like we opened the manual, so this nice gentleman who works at this service station came out. It turns out that the reason there's nothing on there is it is free to fill up, I think, or he just didn't charge me because the language barrier was too difficult, but he needed to bring out the gauge and there was an attachment he had to put on it in order to use it. So he did it for me and he checked, and he said that actually my other 3 tires were overfilled and the tire that said it was low was correct. And he showed me in the manual, and sure enough, that's what it says. So he let some air out of the other tires. And when I turn the car back on, it still says insufficient pressure on that one tire, but then it goes away after. So I'm gonna drive for a little bit and just see what happens. Fingers crossed for me. So yeah, it still says insufficient pressure, but now the other 3 are just lower than they were before. So this is very interesting, but my car somehow, air went into the tire while I was driving, and the warning has gone off for the tire pressure. It went from 2.3 to 2.4. Now it seems like it's fine. But the good news is it's not losing air, or it doesn't seem to be. So I think I'm still in good shape. Although the vehicles around me are moving excruciatingly slowly, so it may take a bit longer to get to Salamanca than initially planned for. Hooray! They all got off at that last exit. Smooth sailing ahead. I got about an hour left in my drive. I've made it to a town, large town, small ciudad called Avila. And I think I'm just driving around kind of the outside of it. And I'm in search of a gas station because I need to use El Baño. I've only used a little more than a quarter tank of gas, but there are some long stretches that don't have gas stations. So I'm just gonna fill up to be safe. I also have not tried to fill up my gas tank in Spain yet. So I know it's on the right side of the car, but that's about it. Ooh, and it's a Carrefour Express. Gonna pick up a snack. Okay, well that worked out quite well. They pump your gas for you here. And I went in and grabbed some salt and vinegar potato chips and a giant bottle of water. And I think I'm good to go if I can just find my way out, which I think is this way. There we go. They do love their roundabouts here. Another town, another castle, stone wall, fort of some sort. I'm only 20 minutes away from Salamanca, and there's a giant bull cut out on the side of the road. So I'm just about here in Salamanca. I didn't put in a specific destination, I just put the town. I thought I would drive around a little bit when I arrived and then go look for a hostel or hotel or bed and breakfast or something to stay in. Muy bien, I've made it to Salamanca. I think the main downtown area, not a lot of people drive in, sort of like the other areas I've been. So I've pulled over so that I can find a place to stay, and then I will go figure out how to get there and park. Okay, I found a hostel to stay in, Erasmus House, and they have a parking garage right here. So, leaving my car in the street until I book a room, and then I parked it in a different garage, and then I had to pull it out. Made a big mess of that, but managed to do it. And now booking into the hostel. Alright, I made it to the hostel. I actually only paid for one night. It was 16 euros for the night, which is good. I didn't book through Hostel World because I think it was 18 or 20. And then it's another 12 euros or so to park the car. So they gave me my sheets. I get to make my own bed. Yay! And after I stay for one night, I'm going to decide if I want to just head over to Lisbon or stay here another night. There are a bunch of people hanging out in the social area, and they all look significantly younger than me. Not that that's a big deal, but I think I'm just gonna make my bed and then head out on my own. Good enough. Now it's time to grab my things, put them in the nifty lockers here, lock them up, and head out.